Hi everybody, welcome to San Angelo, Texas. I'm joined here today with Darren Moore. Darren, welcome.
Thank you, Mark. Hey, I'm glad CHC's here, man.
We are here.
We're going around the world, buddy.
This is our first cow horse event to do the live stream for, and we're glad to be here. It's been a fun show. We are at the South Texas Reined Cow Horse Association Road to Nowhere, sponsored by Lip Chip. So this cow horse show, it's a brand new show here in San Angelo. It's after the snaffle bit, so it's a little bit different. This is a brand new show, like I said. Lip Chip is the sponsor. What do you know about Lip Chip?
Well, you know, I tell you what, they're really big in the thoroughbred industry and the race horses, and they're making their move over here to the performance horse. You know, what's kind of cool that I think is about it, you know, not only is the health of your horses, right? You know, you can chip them, and they're doing it in the lip, you know, they're not doing it in the shoulder or the chest, because it moves. That's what they were telling me. But anyway, so you can check the health of your horse, you know, and temperatures. But what I also think would be cool is facilities get on board, because you can digitize all of your medical records, from your coggins to your health, all of that. And eventually I see that being a thing where when you travel to South Point or Fort Worth or Houston or wherever. Houston
was big on that, like we talked about the other day. I mean, that's obviously, you know, back from my training days, going down there to the stock show, and you pull up with a trailer full of horses, and you've got to get them all out, and so they can see all the markings and everything. And I straight away thought, man, this thing, they just scan the lip straight through the window of the trailer and see all the information about the horse right there.
And I think that's going to be it could be a game changer. It really could, not only for the health of your horse, but as you travel and go to shows all over the country.
Yeah. Well, for more information, check out lipchip.com, or if you're here at the show, go out and visit with the guys here. They're actually chipping horses here at the show. They even have an incentive for horses. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, you know what? If you make it into the futurity finals and you're in the open, you win a little incentive check of like $2,300. You win the Derby, Open Derby. That's like $2,000, and they're even doing $500 to the non-pro, and I think $500 to the level ones too. So you can get chipped if you know you're in the finals, right? You can go tomorrow on Friday, they're chipping horses, and hey, you never know, man. That's a little extra side bonus. That's not the payout. That's just side money. That's pocket money.
That's spending money right
that's
there.
Right.
Cash money.
That's
Christmas money.
Christmas money.
Yeah. Well, we've been here a couple of days. We've wrapped up the open rein work and the herd work. Leading the composite score right now in the open futurity, we got Luke Jones with a 293 riding Mr. Stevie, owned by David Pratt. A 287.5 was needed to make what we're calling the finals here, but it's really not a finals, but it's the top 15 out of the next round, out of the cow work, are going to go on Saturday night. Tell us about that.
Well, you know, it's kind of hard. I think some people are not quite getting it. So, you know, in the cow horse, we've got all three events. So what we've done is we've done all the rein work, and we've done all the herd work. So then what we do is all of those horses, whoever is the fastest or the highest score composite on 15, they're going to come back on Saturday evening at 6 o'clock for what we call a finals, but it's not technically.
Right.
So tomorrow, Friday, all of those horses are going to go down the fence. All right. But then the composite top 16 will come back and do their run on Saturday. Yeah. So we have an audience, you know. So a lot of pre-fraternities are doing that. So the horses, it saves on your horses, you know. Yeah. So you're not having a true set of finals, but we call it a finals, but that's what it is.
And it doesn't just mean that is going to be the top 15 in the final standings, because some of those horses may not do quite as well in the finals, and some of the other horses, I mean, because it's a close call. Like that bubble, there's a lot of horses just below that bubble that have still got a shot at getting a good check.
Yeah, we're talking about 4.5 points, you know, from 16 to 1. Yeah. And as you all know, and we know, Mark, I mean, you could mark a 26 or you can mark a 2-0, you know, that. So there might be a horse that didn't qualify for that top 15 on 2 that has a smoking fence run, say the 18th or 19th horse, you know, there. They could win a check. You know, you just don't know when it's fence work. But what's cool about it, it saves on the horses, but it's fun for an audience. You know, we're going to have some fans here from San Angelo who are excited about the cow horse. You know?
Cow horse back in town.
Yeah, back in town. World's Greatest Horseman was here,
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the rest of the finalists there in that top 16.
Yeah, so what we're going to do in that top 16, so from the futurity, we're going to bring the top 16 because we had a tie, it's 15. And then we're also going to do that in the Derby. So we're going to have 32 fence runs. And what they've added here is the super spectacular. So as we have done in Scottsdale to Derby, we're going to have steer stopping. So that's going to be the 4th. So again, now that is here in the bridle spec, right? So that's not part of the Derby, the futurity, but that's right now we are doing the herd work for the open bridle spec and the non-pro bridle spectacular. So that's going to be part of it. So we'll do the fence work, and then we're going to do a little steer stopping, which, you know, is always fun. I mean, we got about 15 horses in that.
Yeah. So talk about some of the other top names here, some of the guys that are in the finals there for that open futurity.
Well, you know, we've got Corey Cushing, our newest $3 million rider. He's got 3 coming back to the futurity. We've got, I believe, Luke Jones has got 2 in the futurity and maybe 2 in the derby. Is that right?
Yeah, he's got several in there.
You know, we've also got Ben Baldus, you know, Baldus Horsemanship up there. He's got 2 coming back. Kaylee Wilson.
Yep.
You know, he had a really good go there at the Snaffle Bit this year. Kaylee's got a couple coming back. Yeah. And then, you know, we've got some of our intermediate guys and our limited guys. So I'm excited, you know, about our finalists and what we had come here for the first year. $100,000. You know, that's another thing too, Mark, that we didn't mention. $100,000 added this year for the first year. Yeah. I think this thing could just extremely grow. I mean, really grow and be really good.
Well, it's fun to see, like walking down in, you know, the vendor area down here and seeing some of the new sponsors, some of the local sponsors that have come out to support this show and coming to San Angelo, obviously. It's great to see them coming out here and doing that. The facility's been amazing. You know, it's been a great show so far. We, you know, wrapping up the Open Derby composites with Jay McLaughlin with a 293, riding T-Bone for JT and Sandra Neal. In that one, it took a 288 to make the top 16, and like you were mentioning some of those names before, we've got a lot of good competition in there.
Yeah, you know, we've got you know, Robert Chow made it up here. We've got right now Corey Trey Poole. You know, hey, I'm glad old Trey. He's had 2 good goes. You know, Dell Hendricks has had some really good goes, and I'm just excited about it, Mark. I think you know, the horses. So for those of you that can't make it here with us, we hope that you can join us at CHC Live Scoring. But I'm excited about our fence work finals, you know, and I like that. You know, I'm liking the whole idea of coming into a finals and we just have fence work because it's fast. You know, it's like, you know, for some shows when you have finals, it takes a while, right, between goes or whatever. But like for the cow horse, the fence finals, man, you can't hold them back. No. You know, we got Morgan Tweedy here, you know, who is managing our show. And Morgan's like, man, I can't hold them back, you know. I mean, that happens especially at our big show. Well,
and that's one of the fun things, going to watch the Snaffle Bit Futurity Finals. They're in Fort Worth and Will Rogers, and it's different because, you know, coming from my perspective, watching the cuttings there, it's hurry up and wait and then go fast. Hurry up and wait and go fast. And it's like, you know, there's always a little bit of a break in between and just a little calm in the action. Whereas in the cow horse, I mean, people are still screaming for the last guy that just went. And as he's riding out, he's high-fiving the next guy coming in. And like you said, there's hardly any time to get the scores up and hold the guys back, but they're going for it. And that's the fun thing that I've really noticed about the cow horse and seeing that atmosphere, you know, and the excitement just seems to keep building.
It does, you know, and the thing about for the Snaffle Bit and for the fence work finals, you know, those scribes and those judges, it's really hard to score, you know, because it's so fast, right? And so we're waiting on the scores, you know, and so I believe we need those scores before the next horse, because you don't want to announce a 227 when he's already running by and they're already gone out the arena, you know. So it's hard on those scribes. So folks, just for you to know out there, understand, for fence work, sometimes it takes a little bit because those scribes, man, it goes so fast, and then, you know, you're trying to hold them, but the energy, you know, it's hard to explain how it just doesn't die. When we get to the fence work, I mean, from the announcer's perspective, you can just feel it all around you. I mean, it just builds, you know, and there's not, I mean, there's not much like that, you know, the world's greatest horseman fence work, and then our Snaffle Bit fence work.
Well, I think probably the easiest way to do it is to give Morgan a hot shot down there and make him hold up a little bit down there and slow things down a little bit and let the judges get their scores.
Morgan will radio me. He's like, I can't hold him. I couldn't hold him. And I said, that's all right. So, you know, one thing that's helped us about that is having our replays. You know, because it'll kind of take your mind off of that for just a second for them scribes, you know, and so that's what I love about the replay, because you can focus on that and then we'll get that score, you know, but we want that score before that horse leaves, you know. Which, that's the excitement, man. That's when the electricity is in there.
So tell us a little bit more about the steer stopping. It's sponsored by One Shiny Metallic. How is that going to work? Because there's no chute involved. There's no barrier.
Well, we're trying to keep it more to like the real life, you know, ranchy side, you know, and not have there's no barrier. We're just going to have them set up, and we're not quite sure yet here, but typically it's just going to be like a box, it's not even a team roping box like you're thinking, but just like a pair of panels, you know, just set up some 4 panels, and we just run the steers out, and it's just kind of in a pen, you know, and you run them out there, and we'll put a chalk line down, and you just kind of, you know, you just run them past it, you know, and then it's cowboy time. But, you know, that's the thing about the cow horse, the NRCHA, it's cowboy. You know, you still got a cowboy up, you still got to drive your steer, you know, and make that happen instead of just running and roping. So that's kind of what the steer stopping is going to be like. Yeah,
well, it's going to be fun. I mean, this show has, you know, been moving right along, and we've got a lot of exciting stuff left to happen here. Also on CHC Live Scoring this week, we've got the ACHA finals going on down in Belton. We've got the USCHA National Finals going on in Sulphur Springs. Hayden's doing the live stream for that one. You can catch all this on Roku or Amazon Fire on chclivescoring.com. And before you know it, Darren, when we get done with this one, we're moving straight into Fort Worth because we've got the NCHA Futurity coming.
Yeah, how about that? You've got about 2.5 months right up there in Fort Worth again. It seems like you just got your little knapsack or a little bedroll right there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna invest in some real estate there in the Amon County.
But,
just kind of live
but
there.
Before we leave, real quick, I want to ask the Roku thing. Like that's kind of unique. I don't know that people out there. I've seen some comments about the Roku thing. I mean, that's cool, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. It gives us a new way to get into the living rooms and let more people watch it, you know, and put it up on the big screen. And then even the people watching out in the RVs that you know aren't in the arena or taking a break outside, they can keep up that way. So yeah, it's another fun thing that we do.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's technology, state of the art right here. Mark Michels, you didn't know that Australian had any technicality in him, did he?
None whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
Learn it all from YouTube.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, be sure to tune in this week and follow the rest of the show here, and we look forward to watching the finals and how it all shakes out here. Thanks, Darren. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mark. Thanks, everybody.